That's going to be December the 16th at the Agora, and that is Bill and Mary and Mike Polk Jr., John Bruton, and Jasmine Carter. Did I leave anybody out?
That's everyone. There might be some special guests popping in, just depending on who's in town around that time, because it's the holiday, so you might have somebody that's around and, or, even someone local that's just popping in for a set.
Sure.
Maybe throw Poundcake up there to introduce somebody.
Oh,
There's always
They'll be newly skinny.
Fun things, yeah. Someone on the live chat on the live stream said that Bobby brought up my shopping trip on the most recent Barstool podcast.
Going shop when Robert Kelly was in town, you guys went shopping for sneakers.
Yeah.
And he bought some?
He bought a pair, and he got a hoodie because he's losing all this weight. And I'm like, man, you got to treat yourself. You got to give yourself little rewards for these milestones you're hitting. Feel good about it. And also, he's wearing like dirty shoes on stage. I'm like, dude, you're a huge comic. Like, wear clean shoes.
Right. Well, why is he doing that? It's just not important to him, or it's not something he thought about?
He's like, I like these shoes. They're very comfortable. I'm like, they make comfortable shoes that are also clean, Bob.
We are awash in comfortable shoes, by the way. It's an embarrassment of riches for people who want to have comfortable shoes. I have a lot more shoes, pairs of shoes, than you might think, by the way. Bill's are all sneakers. A few of mine, but I have
some boots, and I got some dress shoes too for occasions.
I have a lot of pairs of shoes, and I wear the same two pair all the time. So I don't know, because they're in my closet, and I go, well, on the occasion that I need a shoe of a certain color to go with this outfit, I've got that pair. But as a result, most of them go unworn. I'm either wearing my Vans or my Palladium boots, day in, day out. Those are. But then summertime comes, trip to the zoo, got on the Stan Smiths. You got to have contingency plans for your shoes. But it is silly. I don't have as many pairs of shoes as you do.
How many?
You have like a wall of boxes. How many pairs of shoes do I have?
Yeah.
Probably 24.
Okay.
So I'm a piker compared to you.
That's still a lot. That's a lot.
A lot for me.
Most people have.
It's a lot for me.
Yeah, I'm over.
That's dress shoes and casual shoes.
I'm probably close to 120.
120 pairs of sneakers.
Yeah.
In boxes, or are they in the clear tubs?
I have a few different things. I have clear tubs, and I have some that are just like, it's just like a cube.
Do you have a spreadsheet on your inventory?
No, I'm not that organized. I'm still me.
But I mean, but there have to be, with a number like that, there have to be pairs of shoes you forget you have.
Absolutely.
And so then you go, oh, I could have worn those.
And I'll go into the room and I'll kind of think about, sometimes I'll have more time to think about what I'm going to wear than others. And I'll be like, oh, I'll wear these ones today. And have a few pairs that I haven't even worn because they're just more of a collector's piece. Like I have a pair of Simpsons Duff Beer Adidas.
So some of them never get worn.
I've never worn those ones, but I love the way they look just as almost like art to have in my office.
Because conceivably, you could wear a different pair of shoes every few days for a year.
Yeah.
And not wear the same pair twice.
Yeah. Now, there's some that look similar. And, my girlfriend will be like, don't you already have those? And I'm like, come on. You know this game. Those ones
don't try to change me, baby.
White, gray, and black.
Yeah.
These ones are white, gray, and navy blue. Can't you see the difference?
Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live.
Don't fence me in, baby.
Don't you see that those ones have the Jumpman on the back and these ones have Nike Air on the back tag? Does that mean nothing to you? Because it means everything to me.
And she probably
want the Nike Air.
She probably doesn't have a similar thing like that.
No. So when we first started dating, she was wearing this pair of shoes, and she would come over to my house, and I was so grossed out by them. They were this beat-up pair of DC that were brown and, like, worn through most of the way. And I was like, you can't keep wearing those. And she's like, what? I'm like, I bought you shoes. So I bought her a pair of shoes just so I could throw those shoes away.
But she liked them.
She just didn't think about it.
Oh.
She's like, I don't know. They're just the shoes.
Wear
that
them
I
until
wear.
they fall off.
Right. And I was like, well, they're about to fall off, and just say goodbye to them because they are gone. I called them her Holocaust shoes.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Maybe take a couple more seconds to come up with something.
Well, they just look like they'd
They'd been through a war.
They look like that. That's where they were issued.
Mm-hmm.
They were bad. And they're gone now. I felt so good when I threw those away because there's something satisfying about throwing.
Did she fight you on it?
No. Once I gave her the new shoes, but she's like, I don't know why I got to throw them away. So I guess she fought me on it a little bit. But when I finally got to throw them out, I'm on the 9th floor and I got the garbage chute, so you get to hear them fall the way down, and they go da-dunk, da-dunk.
Do you think that maybe that's her scam to get a new boyfriend to buy her new shoes? So she whips those out,
Well,
and she goes, "Oh, my
case,
shoes are falling
if
apart."
that's the case, and I put an end to that scam. So
Yeah, you did.
and
Every previous guy didn't realize that when he got her new shoes, she kept those.
mhm.
But nobody's going to fool
You
Bill
gotta throw 'em
Squire.
away.
You got to throw them away. Down the chute.
Now on the chat, someone says, "But Bill, isn't it better to feel good than look good?" Absolutely. But I still have no problem with looking good, and also, I don't think I look particularly good. I just feel good.
But from the ankles down,
Ankles
he's
down.
top notch.
Well, like everything, like I'm put together.
Yeah.
I've been wearing a lot of flannels for this time of year. I had my summer shirts during that time. I got the jerseys that I wear when I'm on stage sometimes, like for the special Pure BS coming out November 22nd on my YouTube channel. So like I appreciate looking good, but feeling good is still more important than looking good to me.
I mean, it is better to look good than to feel good. But for you,
For me, it's better.
you
to-
reverse it.
I reverse it, and I feel better if I feel good and then I look good on top of that, then I feel even better.
Show some RESPICT.
Right. Al Marcinek runs Marcinek Farms out in Carlton, Pennsylvania, and Terry the goat is one of his livestock. It's a working farm out there. Every week he sends me a piece of video on Wednesday, the day before we get her picks, her NFL picks. Tomorrow's going to be week 9, and he sent me the piece of video today.
Here we are back in Carlton, Pennsylvania, where Terry is being cheered on by the other goats to make her predictions. She decided to wear her Browns jersey again today, and she will now be released. And she is heading to the prediction station, and her predictions will be posted on Thursday.
Yeah. So we'll get those week 9 picks tomorrow. I will post them at the Alan Cox Show Facebook page, provided that I remember. I got to start making, it's like 1 week on, 1 week off with me. I got to make myself a note.
Make that note. Also,
Week 8 was her best week in 4 years. She had an 8-0 week.
that is,
I'm sorry, this is going to be week 10.
yeah.
Week 10, I'm sorry. Tomorrow we got week 10 picks. 4 and 5 last week. So.
Remind me to make a video instructing people how to get from the garage to here, because it's such a pain in the butt to try and describe to people how to go down the elevator, because Gab's in the garage right now.
Oh,
And we don't have anybody to send, so she's going to have to wait a minute, but that's fine. But I'll that way I can send people a little diagram, be like, hey, this is how you get here.
have her walk out to Prospect and just come out and walk through the building. Or have her walk around to the Euclid side.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there's a little construction hallway between the CVS and the job site here.
I would have
she
her. I'm
wanted
actually
to,
going
she
to have
could-
her come through the. Is it the gallery over here?
Yeah. Just have her come through there and come up to the Euclid side. She got a minute.
Yeah.
That's fine. I had about a 35-minute conversation with my mom today,
Oh wow.
trying to help her sell my dad's car. My dad passed away in June, and so my mom, yesterday was her birthday, and I sent flowers, and we sent her a gift as siblings, and I was going to call her last night and kind of talk to her, but I just didn't get a chance to because I was doing other things. And so I called her this morning to see how she was. And, this first year is just going to be a succession of firsts since my dad died. So it's going to be first birthday without first Thanksgiving, that whole thing. And so the conversation turned around to, and plus, even if my mom's having a good day, she is still constantly having people come up to her crying, talking about how great my dad was. So even if she's having an okay day, she's right back into it with these people who want to tell my mom their story about my dad, which is sweet, but it's hard to kind of keep some momentum going with that situation. And so I asked if she had sold his car yet, and she said no. Because I think my mom was like, I thought my siblings would help her with it, and maybe they are, but they got their lives to lead too. She goes, I thought maybe I would just put it in Facebook or something. I go, Mom, you don't want some jamoke coming out to the house, wasting your time, kicking the tires, asking a bunch of questions you don't know the answer to, and then walking away. Don't do that. I'm like, this is a great time to be selling a car. There's dealerships that don't have, I go, you could throw a dart and find somebody to buy that car. There's apps. Well, I don't want somebody to have my phone number. I said, there's burner apps. Just get the burner. I'm walking her through it. I go, put the burner app on your phone. It'll give you a phone number. And then you can have, I said, you can sell this car in a week. So my dad just he drove a RAV4, drove a Toyota RAV4. And, you know, you can drive a Toyota until the friggin' wheels come off. And his car didn't have that many miles on it. I go, this is the perfect time for you to be selling Dad's car. Because a lot of places need cars. So I'm hoping that it will be a relatively simple process. She's like, well, could you text me a bunch of apps and websites? I said, of course I can.
How much is she asking?
Well, Kelly Blue Book said about $9,500.
I might be interested.
I said,
my daughter needs a car.
I go, if you were trading it in, they might give you a little bit more. I said, but if you're out and out selling it, I said, there are plenty of places that would be happy to take that off your hands and give you a pretty good nut for it too. It's not that old, but it just bums her out to come home and have my dad's car in the driveway. I can't believe, because it was 5 months ago today, I think, that my dad died. So I can't believe they haven't sold it already. I thought that would have been like one of the first orders of business. Sorry, 5 months tomorrow, my dad will have died. So I'm trying to walk my mom through that so that she's not overwhelmed with what she's got to do.
She doesn't want to keep it.
She doesn't. No, she doesn't want to keep it.
Her new boyfriend doesn't have a car.
Shut up, Bill. She's going to date a guy who doesn't have a car.
I don't know.
Was he going to take the L everywhere?
Maybe.
Take the bus?
Maybe
CTA bus?
Yeah,
Come on.
He's a city guy.
Yeah, right. This is your new dad. He takes the bus everywhere. Oh, does he? I mean, listen, it's certainly more environmentally friendly, and I can't hate on that. But
maybe he's a real young man.
She doesn't have a new boyfriend.
Not yet.
She has no interest in that.
That's what she tells you.
You know, let me play a call from the caller. All right? Let me just a palate cleanser here.
Okay.
Because we have this girl who calls us nonstop on the after hours line, and far too many emails, and it'd be far too boring to go through all of them. But sometimes I'll just pull one at random. And it was the audience that told me, they go, we kind of like to hear more of her. A little goes a long way. It was Gab found her way into our lobby, so that's good. So here's just a little bit.
I had a good day today. I have a new boyfriend named Sean. And I could say whatever the hell I want to about Amy. I mean, she didn't let me have a Tylenol or Advil. She didn't let me, she's a freaking bitch. I almost could have passed out that day. I was on my freaking time of the month. Yay, I finished my Ernest Hemingway book. Yay, me.
Yeah, so she's all over the place, boy. All over the place. Just a little taste. Boy, reading Hemingway during her time of the month. That is a lot of periods.
Was the best of times. Oh, no, that's not Hemingway.
No.
That's Dickens.
And she's evidently mad at Amy.
Yeah, apparently Amy's a bitch. She wouldn't let her have a Tylenol.
She must have been reading The Old Man and the C Word.
Hey.
Help! Radio jokes. Book jokes. So, that's just a little, on average. And I'm curious why. Obviously, the weekend is probably a lot of free time for her, so it's no shock that I come in on Monday morning and there's 54 voicemails. During the course of the week, on average, 6 or 7 a day. But, you know, that's just a little taste of what she gives us when she calls in. All over the place. And I would think that by now, because she does listen to this program, maybe not chapter and verse, but she has called and left voicemails that are specifically about me or Mary or you, somebody on the show, right? So I'm surprised at this point she hasn't just said, hey, my name is. What? My name is. Who? My name is. Wiki.
I kind of like it not knowing.
I do too.
I like not knowing.
I do too.
It's better that way.
Yeah.
And then I just love the randomness of the calls. I mean, I kind of like when she takes us to task, though. I like her opinions about us where she kind of gets angry at us, and then nothing else has to do with that, but she'll just randomly be like, oh, and Bill, you're annoying.
As a postscript.
Yeah.
Completely random, and then, shut up, Bill. That's great. I'm all for it. I'm here for it, as the kids say. Alan, tell Bill to shut up about your mom. At least your mom knows who you are. My mom is in a home in Delray Beach. Doesn't know a thing. Well, that
He
sucks.
does tell me to shut up about his mom.
Yeah, shut up, Bill.
I do.
My mom is not, I don't have a new stepdad. I'm not going to have a stepdad.
He's going to be more of a boy toy.
Mm-hmm. My mom's 74 as of yesterday. I don't know that she's out there trying to share it up, trying to Madonna it up.
She's got things in her life that she's not going to share with you. So,
God. And that scenario is distasteful enough if we were talking about somebody who was age appropriate. What if she gets into a share mindset?
I would love
And my new stepdad is 35 years old.
Oh,
Come
great.
on.
That'd be great.
I don't want to deal with that. But I'm not going to have to deal with it.
But you might.
Nope. The sun rose and set on my father as far as my mom is concerned.
As far as you know.
Imagine being 70. Let's just follow this to it. Let me go along with your scenario for a second. Imagine being 74 and having sex with your second person ever. Imagine that. And you're not a member of the clergy.
And then you're going, oh, man, I should have been having sex with more people this whole time.
Boy, did I miss it. Why did no one warn me in high school that purity is way overrated? Chastity? Nah.
You had that what do you call it?
Septuagenarian?
Septuagenarian hoe phase? Come on.
What's good for the goose?
That's why, I mean, old people are banging when they're in the old folks' homes.
I know.
They got needs.
I know. But they're all hopped up on STD medication now, too.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a break.
Ain't using a condom. Goes against their beliefs.
Our friend Gab Cruz is going to join us shortly. I will have another $1,000 for you to win. You can go fund yourself at 3:30. Hey, you want to get some G League basketball? I got Cleveland Charge tickets for you right now. They're playing the Motor City Cruise. That's the Pistons G League team over at CSU. They play the Wolstein Center a week from Saturday, the 19th. It's Marvel Superhero Day at the Charge game. You can go to clevelandcharge.com for the details. But I'll hand off these tickets here in the break, okay? Call 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.